What's going on, Board Wars Nation, and welcome back to the official Board Wars podcast. I am back again with my awesome co-host, the one and only victorious, might I add, JD, coming off an awesome win last week. And JD, what else can we do and start the pod by kind of going over your game and explaining to the audience, if they didn't see it, how you ended up getting that victory?
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't watch the game or haven't looked in the Discord at all, or haven't talked to anybody in the league, basically, I mean,
if you're living under a rock,
if you're living in a rock, we saw a Boxman 100 this past game for me to win the game.
Unbelievable,
insane. How could Gideon let him live? No, I'm kidding. No. Something that we have never seen. I don't know if we've seen it in a practice game. I haven't heard of it happening in a practice game. I think it's first ever time, but insane there. I think we should talk a little about the game. Obviously, it was game 2. Enigma decided to come in for the Raptors,
which was exciting because Enigma's 2-1 right now.
Yes,
3-2 in his career, and if he wins this, obviously because the Raptors had won game 1. He wins the championship for the Raptors. So he had a chance to really make history, not only to go 4-2 in his career, but to achieve that insane things for the Raptors. And he didn't really have a chance.
He didn't. I mean, and that's kind of to be expected coming to game 2. I mean, you always have a chance of boards, but when you're 3v1 against, and on top of that, I had Salamander and Gideon had Veto, so not even having to be next to Enigma, he was able to be picked off pretty easily. I had Bird Island right next to me, so it was kind of put in an unfortunate circumstance. He had a very offensive team where he had Kid Goku, because turn 1 he immediately goes over with Jeff the Shark and pulls in Pascalwag's entire team except for I think his diamond.
Poor Pascal.
Yeah, poor Pascal. I feel bad for him. That's an unfortunate way to hop in a playoff game. I was kind of expecting that when I saw Jeff the Shark in that corner, only like 3 speed. I really didn't want that side, Gus. That's kind of exactly why. But especially when I saw Jeff the Shark get pulled, I was counting my speed to make sure I wasn't in range of his 3x3 my very first turn, because I knew he was going to do that. So I was kind of watching out. But he pulled him over. He did some damage. He did take out like Black Panther though, which kind of hurt him though, because Pascalwag was kind of picking him off. I was kind of picking him off. Gideon was kind of picking him off. We were kind of working together. And by what?
I gotta say, Pascalwag is a warrior.
Oh yeah.
I mean, seriously, like this guy. I think this needs to be prefaced before we kind of talk about what exactly transpired. Going into this game, Enigma on pace to be a legend. JD, if he wins this game, spoiler alert, he did, becomes the second player to hit the 5-win milestone, which is a huge thing we're going to talk about in a minute. Gideon is one of those 4-win players that is absolutely legendary. Legendary former captain of the year, former Legacy Cup winner. And joining them is this guy, Pascalwag, for the Los Cuties, who has kind of been the reliable, their reliable go-to safety net multiple times this year, who stepped up when nobody else was in a position to, who put the team on his back, and despite his lack of experience, went full speed ahead against legends of the game in a playoff series without ever, having a win. I mean, it is rare that we see a player play in the playoffs without having a career win. I mean, can you off the top of your head think of the last person that's done that?
No, not off the top of my head. It'd probably have to be season 1, but
like actually, I don't think anybody season 2 did.
Goober. Did Goober play season 1?
He did. Was that the last time? But so did Kyle, and he didn't have a win.
That's true. So those few guys were.
I will say
that's
though,
a long time ago.
Happened season. That is a long time ago.
That is a long time.
We don't even need to go back and look at the streams and see how different like the games were.
Oh,
the fact that Pascalwag did that in the modern day is so admirable.
And 100%.
I mean,
and he was holding his own.
He was. I mean, we'll get to it. Get to it. Why don't you kind of give us? You mentioned like the targeting Enigma came off hot, which by the way, is what we said was the right thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
If you're in Enigma's shoes. I mean, we say it time and time again. If you're getting targeted, the best way to stay on top is to seize momentum, right? Because you can't really play defense because people are looking at you. But if you seize the momentum early, there's a chance you could snowball in a way where it becomes impossible to stop you. And that's what was his plan with Goku. So turn one, I mean, JD, you were there. You were across the board from him. What do you see him do?
Yeah, so I mean, immediately we see Jeff the Shark come over, suck up, I think it was his top diamond, his gold is silver, and then Black Panther brings over right to his spawn, and he starts group attacking. He has the Mungus wrestlers we get to see. We'll see an action with them. They attack each other, and then it does damage to all the guys in their range. So I think he takes out his top diamond and then his gold and silver. So it takes out 3 of his guys. And then after that, he hops Goku, I believe he puts him into the swimming pool. I don't know if he was trying to just get away speed wise, but he kind of hopped into the pool. And then he kind of disperses guys. But immediately after that,
he was trying to just make sure he wasn't attacked. Because you can't attack when you're in water. All you can do when you're in water is use your action to try to get out. So I think he counted the range and he was like, I'm safe in here.
That makes sense.
Was my read of it.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming. I was just thinking in the long run, I was like, I don't know how long he'll be able to stay in that pool for. But
what's plan B now?
Yeah. But I mean, obviously, he's kind of put in a rough situation. But then immediately after that happens, me and Gideon talk like, all right, I don't know if someone calls a timeout. I think we just use Gideon's time. We're like, all right, what's happening here? Let's actually make a plan here so this doesn't happen. I have Salamander, so I think I give Gideon's little guys 2 speed so they can get across and get to Mystic Elevator, because along with that, Enigma he had a chance to get Mystic Elevator, which would have been even scarier. He missed the roll, awesome. but I mean, if he got that, but unfortunately, the good thing he didn't. Gideon gets over there. He gets Mystic Elevator. He gets that away from Enigma. And then also the kind of deal we made was he lets me use Veto on, I think it was Iron Man.
Well, and that worked out so well. I mean, you had Santiago Salamander, your top card, who can, I mean, if you guys don't know, he can basically write a contract and agree to give another team buffs in exchange for their word and alliances and stuff like that. And Vito Corleone, who is a gold, one of my favorite golds in the game, who can sacrifice his health to kind of put his health at stake, and he can say, hey, you remotely attack this person. And if you do, he takes the health he put up. And if you don't, then you have to suffer that damage he put up. It's a very interesting card, one of my favorite in the game. But those are 2 incredible political tools that luckily, I mean, you and Gideon had.
Yeah. Yeah. So that gave us a little edge right off the bat of the game. I mean, having the ability to remotely attack people, and then we both we're kind of working together. So you kind of saw that the first like 3-4 turns where we were kind of working together. But I mean, as that happens, I have Bird Island. I'm kind of picking off Enigma. Pascal's still alive, so he's able to also do stuff Black Panther because he finishes off Iron Man. We were also sitting in Baxter building, so I was racking up points. I ended up getting, I think I got a Death Star turn 2, I believe. And
which you used to not only damage Goku, but to charge Black Panther, who at that time on Pascalweg's team was at full health, whopping 180, which will come back to surprise us later.
So I Death Starred them. He gets the buff. I'm thinking, I'll help him out. He can take out, Enigma. We can all work together here. And we were all working together there. He goes, he attacks him, but then I think it was next turn when then Enigma runs over with Goku and stabs Black Panther. Is there turn 2 or turn 3? He stabs him, overperforms, and does, I think we said what he did. He did about 160 something damage, and the card gets flipped.
Wow.
But I think the next turn, or maybe the GM turn, we get to it. And
somebody might have missed that.
So we might have I think the entire board, I mean, none of us noticed it. If I noticed, I would have called it out. I didn't want Black Panther to die. I need him there to take out Enigma, but I don't think any of us noticed it. But I guess Black Panther, for some reason, has 180 health.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. I don't know. Maybe
so much health.
El Cutie maybe has that much. Can't think of many other players with 180. I mean, Deadpool, but he did this abilities for that. But anyways, he comes back completely. That changed the game for Pascalwag because now he's back in the game with his top card. And And that's where I think does he take the final blow Enigma? Is that what happens?
Yeah, I mean, well, it was crazy because so Black Panther comes back alive, and then kind of retroactively, I'm like, shoot, if Goku could have ran away after the attack, I'm going to let that happen. But he actually used all of his speed to go and take a swing at Black Panther. So once that failed, he didn't really have another option. And then craziness kind of began to ensue, right? I deleted, all of Black Panther's stuff. So I didn't realize that how much health he had, or how much of his absorbed damage he could do, right? And I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna have to go back and look. And I think Pascalawag thought he had like 140, and Goku was at 122 health. But I went back and I looked, and Pascalawag had exactly 122 absorbed damage.
Oh my god!
So it was down to the exact amount of health needed to kill Goku. Black Panther had it, and he did it. He got rid of Goku, and the apocalypse was revealed to be raining tacos. And little did we know, we thought that, that happened. Pascalawag's actually really in this. He takes the Chaos Gem from him, and now he's got Chaos Gem with Black Panther. He got a summon, which was big, well, not super great. And then he had another card. But Black Panther's the main attraction, and with the Chaos Gem, he can get some real momentum here. Then we had Gideon, who was fully built up. I mean, he had Mario, Icon Mario. You had Nova, who had built up quite a bit. And the apocalypse was revealed then, and we were like, we are about to see one of the most epic end games in the history of Board Wars.
Yep.
The tacos are going to be raining down, which we had a new taco spawner. Shout out to who made that. That was awesome. We had like some new technology to help that apocalypse run smoothly. and we knew it was climactic in the past. So imagine if I didn't have to take 100 years to roll all the individual tacos.
Oh, yeah.
It was going to be cinema. Gideon versus JD. What a classic matchup here in the playoffs. Fully built up. Pascalawag's got a fighting chance too. I mean, he was really not out of it. And little did we know, 3 turns later, not rotations, not laps around the board. 3 turns later, it would come crumbling down. I mean, I can kind of set up the moment, and then I kind of am interested to hear what your thoughts were, what was going through your head, and what was happening when this happened. But Pascalawag ends his turn. We're like, okay, it's time to start getting prepared. Gideon starts to talk to you about politics. He's like, okay, what are we gonna do? He ends up, you ended up hitting him with Istanbul. The turn before. And, because you were starting to break things up, he was starting to go for you. He launched an attack with Mario, Super Mario, who had his 2 superstars. He had his Boo. He swapped it over. He launched an attack on Nova that honestly didn't go super well for him. But he also froze you. He froze your area and some of Pascalawag's guys, and he was starting to move in. You retaliated on your turn, not in a huge way. I think you primarily put some distance between yourself and him. You kind of froze him, and you began to kind of hunker down for this apocalypse.
Yeah.
And right before you were going to end your turn, time was expiring. JD, just for the heck of it, said, let's roll Boxman. And Boxman could be anything. It could be anything from a 1, which, off the top of my head, I don't know what it does, but it's awful.
And randomly kills one of your guys.
Yeah, that does it really?
Yeah.
Wow. So, that is awful. It could be anything terrible, right? It could be any of the bad options, or it could be one of the good options. You never know what you're going to get. Earlier that game, it had removed Boxman's action for 3 turns, which was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But he goes for it just for the heck of it. And what we were doing, and I'm going to transition us to the next view here, where you guys can see the dice. To roll for Boxman, we roll 2 d10s like this, because there are 100 different options. It is a 1 in 100. So in real life, you could roll a D100 to see what you get from Boxman's box. In fact, if you go read Boxman's ability, it is written like it's a D100. But for those of you who play certain RPGs, do a lot of dice rolling stuff, you would know you can simulate the same result with 2 D10s. And if you roll a 10 and a 10, it is a 100. Now, I thought that was the case, but I am not the dice professional. In fact, the person that JD was playing against, his arch rival in this moment, actually was like the D&D dice professional. And he was the person that had said, like, 2 10s is fine. And JD rolled 2 10s. And I was like, Gideon, which is his rival, right? What happens when you roll 2 10s? And JD couldn't see the scoreboard. He starts asking, like, what happened? What happened? And the lights go dim. The theme song of this year's Legacy Cup plays, which is Skyfall. And we announced that JD had won the game. What happened at the space station, I think is what it's called.
The space station, yes.
HQ. What happened at the space station when that occurred?
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know if I said this on stream yet, but while this is all I think this has to be like set before, because this kind of changes kind of what happened in the space station right before this rule happened. Most of the team and like our roommates and people also on the floor, some prospects that the Bears are having. We're all in the room. We had quite a few people in the room. But we're in a fraternity and we all had to go to the house at 9:00. I was not going to obviously Orr's game, but I was gonna take the fine. These other guys though, I was like, no guys, you guys got to go. I can't make you guys take this fine. So they were all dressed up. They were all walking out of the room. Literally open the door, walking out, and that roll happens, and you say, Gideon, what's 2 10s? And at first I'm like, what is he talking about? Because I didn't know exactly like how the.
Sure.
I assumed that, but I was gonna get my hopes up, But immediately when you turn on the music and I heard like just like the first note of the music, I jumped out of my chair. And I ran over them because they're walking. I opened the door. I'm like, a 100. And they're like, what are you talking about? I pulled them back into the room. I'm like, we just won. And we were all going crazy. We were celebrating. It was insane. We're like, we're back. We're like, we're doing this. Lazy Cup's ours.
So back.
We're like, what's our card name? We're talking about what our card's gonna be like. We were thinking ahead,
Oh man. Oh, you're thinking about the Champ Series card?
Oh, we've been thinking about it now, because now that's one went away. We've been thinking about it, but
that's awesome. That's so awesome. And
it was, yeah.
I think that's good for a lot of people to hear, because for every winner, there's a loser. For every person who the confetti is falling down for, there's a loser who's sitting in that confetti. And there's that kind of feeling of like, oh man, it's over. For Gideon, I mean, that is one of the toughest losses it gets. I mean, Oh man. He had a pretty good shot in that end game. Pascalluag too. Now Pascalluag's more of a power clown, if you will. He loves seeing crazy things happen in Board Wars. He just does it for the love of the game. So he was a little bit excited for just to see something as insane as Boxman even happen. But Gideon, I mean, man, that is a tough loss for the Salamanders. So I think it's good for some people to hear, like, I took Gideon and well, I was actually going to take him out for ice cream. I did go out to ice cream with him, but Goober on the Salamanders paid for both me, even though I don't deserve it, and
what a guy.
Gideon, who had lost the game, and we went out for ice cream, and we just were talking about it. It was a tough loss. Like, as the commissioner, I had to console my guy and tell him I feel for him. But man, I mean, there's the yin and the yang. I mean, when the hard moment happens, the epic highs exist as well for the winners. So, I mean, what an awesome win for you to get as the second playoff win in your career. And it's interesting because even though it was luck, JD was in the most winning position. I think that's one thing we have to say. I would definitely say so. Gideon did have a decent shot. If I had to put a line, I would say I would have given JD a 70% chance, Gideon like a 25, and a Pascalawag maybe a 5. Maybe that's a little mean to Pascalawag. He was in a good spot. I'll say 55 JD, 30 Gideon, 15 Pascalawag. I think that's more accurate.
Yeah.
But like Gideon had a good shot. I mean, that's 1 in 3 outcomes he wins.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
And it was like, but JD was kind of in the lead there. And it helps that we've seen you do it before. We've seen you go the distance and win playoff games. So it's not even like JD, what is like no, I mean it's a win. A win is a win. And you got it done. And on one hand, it's like, am I a little sad we got robbed of potentially the coolest end game ever? Yeah. But, there's also the side of me that is really happy that Boxman is now immortalized in the season 3 playoffs. And it completes the trifecta of things that I, in a very bad karma way, said were never going to happen. I said 3 things were never going to happen this season. I said we were never going to see a Dragon Ball win. We were never going to see a tie. And we were never going to see a Boxman win. I said all of that publicly. Crazy. And all of them happened this year. I mean, it like, it would be one thing if they happened over the span of like 100 games. That will happen this year.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man. That is crazy. So, I mean, I don't know, JD. I'm sure you also kind of wish the ending was more climactic, but I mean, I bet it feels good to be a winner.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, there's zero regrets, winning a game. Obviously, as a competitor, as someone who loves the game, you want to have like a good game. You want to have like a fun game, and you want to feel like you like completely accomplished it. And I feel like I was like you said, I feel like I was in the most fair position. I kind of put myself in a position where I would kind of like bunker down. I had 7 Baxter points, so I had the totem on the Salamander. So even if he died that turn, he was gonna come back. And then if he died again, I was gonna revive him. I was gonna work out some things with Pascalawag, where I kind of can buff him up, and thought I would be able to advantage myself in that way to put myself in a better position than Pascalawag. Yeah. So I was pretty confident, but I was really excited for the end game. I thought it was a fun game. The game outstarted. I like just an offensive game, get it going right away. So it was already my type of game. I was already in my groove. I was feeling it.
And if you were in trouble, you had the ability to end the apocalypse with the ancient.
Yeah, that too. So
apocalypse. I mean, if it started getting dicey for you, I mean, it was kind of the whole game was in JD's hands, and so in some ways, it's like maybe it just sped it up, but. I mean, it is. I mean, a win's a win. A win's a win. And the discourse has kind of become, do we nerf Boxman? And I think we both have opinions on that I would like to talk about. But JD, we thought that we could kind of end this game recap segment by rolling this Boxman dice 10 times. And we're going to see what happens. JD has the list in front of him of all the things that Boxman does. So we're going to give this dice a roll, and we're going to see what happens here on stream. Maybe we see another 100.
Maybe this will decide if it means a nerf or not.
Maybe this will change public perception of it. But let's just begin before we give our opinions here with a 39.
39. Gus, a 39.
This is turn 1.
Is a box of punching. Boxman suffers a D12 of damage.
Ooh. D12 of damage, that's not good.
Just
12 damage on our head.
Boxman doesn't have that much health.
We're not looking
a rough
good
start
right
turn
now.
1. He's already down. He's already
good.
down.
All right. Let's do number 2. This is turn 2 now. That was unfortunate. 34.
34. Box of hundreds of beavers. Spawn D4 beavers that chase your team. They deal 5 to the second attack. They have 4 speed, 5 defense, 50 health, and they move on GM turn.
That's 1 beaver. We just rolled one beaver. That's not the best. Obviously, it hurts you.
It might take away like an action.
Maybe worse than, because you want to kill it. Maybe worse than the bag of punching, honestly.
I would say so. You have to waste an action. You got to think about it.
Yeah. Okay, that wasn't a very good first 2 turns. Let's see turn 3. 92.
Wow. That sounds like a good one.
That sounds like a good one.
Box of items. Each character on your team gains 1 item.
Nice.
That's good. Okay.
That's 5. We don't have an item deck in front of us, but I mean that's good. That's great.
Assuming turn 3, you assume you have all your guys still.
Wow.
If it was me, I guess
it was regular. If it was
yeah, if it was regular.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay, turn 4. 76.
76. Box of swords. Gain a weapon item. That's also
cool.
That's also cool. Good. That's cool. Because I mean, that would be like a lightsaber.
One of the iron or diamond swords, the boxing gloves, I guess technically you could get. But that's most of them are pretty good. The Terra Blade.
Yeah, most of them are like 5, either a 5 or
5, 4. I think there are some 2s, but that's a good one. That's a good one to get here.
That's good.
Let's see about the next one. 79. Okay. And I believe this is turn 5.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I wonder if this box of possible outcomes. Choose an outcome for a roll on this turn. Oh, I was thinking next turn so you could choose for Boxman. I was like, what?
But that's insane. If I've got Bird Island next to me, I'm picking 20.
That's D20.
If I need to roll the elevator.
Yeah, that's also. I mean, we had 3. We have 3 good ones, 2
bad ones.
2 bad ones. I think the good ones so far have outweighed the bad. I would say.
I will agree with that for sure. Let's see number 6. 12.
Oh,
that's the lowest
I think
we've gotten so far.
Oh, box of bees. Spawn a D20 of bees that chase your turn. They have 1 attack, 3 speed, 5 defense, 50 health. Move on GM turn.
A D20 of them?
Yeah.
How many bees get spawned? 19! No!
So basically, there's a 19 attack, 19 to the first attack on you, basically. They have 3 speed, move on GM turn. Yeah, that's not fun.
That's not good. That's not good. But I would still say, okay, at this point, we've seen 3 and 3, right?
Yeah.
So the odds are actually matching up with how they are so far.
Yeah.
Shocker. But I would say I would agree. The good has outweighed the bad for sure.
Yeah, that B one. The B one's pretty rough though. I can't lie because you have you either have to waste your actions or you take 19 the first.
Well, and every time you're rolling this, you're thinking to yourself, "I could win the game here." That alone is insane for me. Let's try number 7. 48.
48. 48 is box of large things. Ooh. The character with the most health attacks himself.
Ooh.
Would that be on the board or your guy?
It could be anybody.
Okay.
So it could be your guy, which makes sense because it's kind of near the middle range. I mean, this is almost exactly 50.
Yeah.
So it could be your guy, but most likely not. I think in this case, well, now we're on turn 7. So at this point, our game was over.
Yeah, this
2 turns ago. But I think it would have been maybe either Mario or
Black Panther.
Panther.
It depends what Black Panther's most health at the beginning. I don't know. This is kind of
I turned 7. Santiago.
That's true. I turned 7. People have gotten hit already. So in majority of games,
been you,
it could have been.
Interesting. Number 8 here. That is a 1 because this is a 0.
So 1.
That's a 1. We just rolled a nat 1.
Box of evil. One of your characters instantly dies.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Rough.
Oh my gosh. And this is turn 8.
Late into the game, you are down to, if you have Boxman, maybe you have like 1 or 2 guys. Yeah, that could be your game.
It could be the whole game there. That's crazy that we just rolled a nat 1.
Yeah.
I feel like we're seeing like retribution for the win.
Yeah. Maybe it's like helping my case, maybe. Okay.
Yeah. 97!
That's good. So if he wasn't the one to die, box of glory. Pick a teammate to gain 200 shield.
Oh my gosh. That is literally 2 Mercy's offices.
Yeah, that's insane. That's
Boxman giveth and Boxman taketh away.
Yeah. I mean, as long as
turn 9, that's really useful.
As long as he wasn't your legendary to die right there. I mean, now he's buffed up.
Or maybe you got a super buff Boxman. You never know.
That's true. Maybe Boxman, 240 health.
The last one.
Okay, here we go.
Let's see if it's a 100. 96.
Dang.
Wow.
That's
2 really good ones to end it.
Ooh. 96. Box of Riches. Gain 5 items of a 3 or higher value.
Ooh.
That's
not
nice.
only is that a lot of items, like a lot, but they're guaranteed to be at least above average. I mean, that's really good. I mean, okay. We saw him, obviously. We saw Boxman at his best. And I guess my opinion, JD, just to give, I want to hear yours first in its totality. But I guess a little bit of my opinion is I do think at the bare minimum, we should change the conditions around his win. Like maybe he has to survive for 1 turn after he pulls the 100 or something like that.
Okay.
That's kind of my gut, like what we should do, because every other win condition in the game, you have to at least like find a way to like survive for a turn with it. Everyone gets a chance to stop it, basically. Like like the Dragon Balls or bread. I mean, that's 3 turns, right? And so I think like giving everyone at least 1 turn to react, I think is at the bare minimum here in my mind. I'm interested to hear if you agree. And after, the sample size, I mean, what are your general thoughts?
Yeah, my immediate thought when it happened was because I do like the idea of there being like a win condition. I could see there being like a full turn. My thought coming into was raising the 1 being worse. Like maybe not losing 1 guy. It's like either lose 2 guys or it's I wouldn't say lose because I don't think like I wouldn't roll for it. I wouldn't risk just losing a game. So like 1 character, I think, okay, 2 characters, maybe you could even go far as say you lose your top card, like you lose your legendary. That's pretty, because that's like almost losing that's real rough. And that would make me contemplate like even the 1, like during that game, I was like, am I really gonna roll a D100? There's a chance.
Which we've seen is not impossible. I mean, we just rolled a 1.
Yeah, exactly. We just saw the 100 a few days ago. We just saw the 1. So I mean, it's obviously not impossible. I do think there should be something either where you raise the 1 to worse, because I do think the ones in between, there are some bad ones to get. Like there's a lot of swarms. There's one roll like there's like it combines like all 5 of the swarms. That probably just kills your entire team. Like that's probably worse than 1, honestly. So I think either doing the 100, the win condition, maybe there's a turn, but also I think maybe on the 1, it's like a worse than 1 of your random characters, something like that.
I agree, JD. I think it could be maybe a mixture of the 2 solutions, and I don't know. It's interesting because this isn't like a Doctor Doom level nerf needs to happen, which is insane because we just saw you win with it. Like,
yeah,
it's insane that our reactions are honestly as mellow as they are, but like, I don't know. I mean, Boxman, again, he giveth and he taketh away, and this time he chose to giveth. I mean, right here on the pod, he kind of tooketh away, and we kind of got some really good ones like the 9 and 10, and I think our 3 and 4 were pretty good too, but I don't know if Boxman's living that long. It'll be interesting to see how the perception of this card will evolve kind of along with the league. And I don't know, as we see a higher sample size of what he's capable of, So I don't know. I'm interested to hear what some reactions are on Boxman. And that kind of, I mean, reminds me of what we got going on next. So, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know, JD, do you kind of want to go to our next segment here?
Yeah. All right, for our next segment, we did it last week on the last pod, but for this week, we're going to be going over league reactions from game 2. We have a list of statements we know we've heard in the Discord, people talk about just kind of things that have been going around people's minds from that last game. So we have about 5 or 6 statements. I'm going to read them out. We're going to think about it for a few seconds, and we're going to say, yes, we agree, or no, we disagree. And if we disagree, we hash it out.
And I love doing this because these playoff games affect so much about how we see the game and how we see all of these different topics we're going to be covering. So I'm really interested to hear what you guys thought. We got a lot of feedback after last episode and a lot of contributions to some of these opinions here today. So we're going to be seeing whether we agree or disagree with you guys. JD, what do we want to start with here?
Oh man, these are. Are you looking at them right now?
I am not. I trust you. Take us through.
Okay. Well, I think let's start with this first one.
Sure.
Could very well be a disagreement here. So I think we start with this first one on this list. Number one statement, week 2 reaction is JD is the second best player of all time.
Okay. I mean, I think I'm ready.
I think I am too. All right. 3, 2, 1.
To be clear, the reaction is you are the second best player of all time.
Yes.
I disagree.
Okay. Why do you disagree, Gus?
I disagree because JD has not won a championship. And this isn't JD's fault. Well, I mean, the championship part is. Technically,
I did
all this is JD's fault.
Yeah. I mean, I did have a chance to win the championship. So, I mean, it's.
But to JD's credit, the person who is widely regarded as the second best player of all time is really up there. And I think on our podcast recently, we had done our top 15 rankings. And I think we kind of had like, who did we have around the 3 spot? Do you remember?
Drew. We both had Drew at 3.
Drew. JD clears Drew at this point in time. I actually think a few people have caught up to Drew in general after this season we've seen. But JD, I think, is 3. I don't think JD is 2. I don't think you can really argue that JD's above Slushy, to be honest with you. Slushy saw 2 playoff wins in his career. Sure, JD just got his second as well. Slushies were in the same season. That second playoff win to win it all has so much aura and impact on your legacy that I think the 2 JD wins that we've seen in the playoffs just hasn't had. Slushy has a championship. JD doesn't. And it would be one thing if JD's accolades blew Slushy's out of the water, but JD has 1 MVP and Slushy has an offense player of the year and a defensive player of the year. And I mean, JD kind of has playoffs over Slushy. He's always made the playoffs. Slushy didn't season 1. But at the same time, the time they made it season 1, JD didn't even play in the playoffs that year. So it's interesting. If the ended ended today, Slushy would not be an all-star. They would both have a year where they didn't make an all-star. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. So I mean, they are close. I'm not going to just say it's Slushy blows him out of the water. But to be honest with you, because of the cup, I don't really think there's a solid argument to put him above Slushy, at least at this time. And who knows? Slushy might win this week.
Oh, yeah.
Like I actually don't know if he's playing, but like
if he does,
he could further the gap. That's entirely possible. JD could further the gap by winning the chip, right? I mean, it's really going to come down to how the season ends. But right now, as of now, I say no. What do you think?
I mean, and I feel like I'm trying to be as fair as possible. Obviously, I'm going to think myself very highly. I think there's a little bit of an argument. I think it's very close. I think it's so close where Slushy. I think it depends what you value more, honestly. I'll give my side and kind of show where I'm thinking. Okay, so season 1, obviously, I had 0 wins. He won defensive player of the year. He went 1-2, I believe. Season 2, he had his 2 playoff wins. That was his best season. That was also my best season. He won defensive player of the year. I won MVP. And then now we have season 3, where if his season ended today, he now has 0 wins this season. And then I now have 2 wins this season. This would probably be my second best season. I have 2 seasons with more than 1 win. He only has 1. My second best season, I have 2 wins with a playoff. His first season, he has 1 win, didn't even make the playoffs. So I think you could all say legacy-wise, like my argument would be, I was a player, I won, I became a captain, got my team to the playoff season in the first season, and has a playoff win as a captain. So I think, like legacy-wise, I think like I'm gonna be as fair as possible. His 2 playoff wins and winning that legacy cup it's ore. I mean, it's no one really has done that. I think where I close the gap a lot more, and what I would argue is switching from player to captain, and then still in the highly competitiveness, and kind of at this point where he's now gone 0-3 and now have the 2-win split, the playoff win. Like if you're looking at like trajectory, I think season 3 the game has gone a lot better, competitiveness has gone higher. So I think it's kind of like, and that's saying like if Slushy doesn't win at all this season, like if he goes into his playoff game and loses again, that's kind of rough. And that's why it's hard to see when the season's not over yet, because I do expect Slushy to get a win this in the playoffs, which then kind of just boom, he has 5. So I think it's close. And obviously I'm like biased, so I'm trying to think about it, but I think if we're talking like legacy wise, because there's difference legacy wise, player wise, there's a little bit of difference, but I think legacy wise, I think I do keep it real close, and I put myself above just because like of captainship, and I think there is some weight to that.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, you guys also have such a rich history. Going toe-to-toe for the MVP award in season 2. He beat you in the finals to win the cup of season 2 as well. I mean, it's not just like that you guys are close. It's just that you've also had personal encounters that really enrich in this kind of rivalry here, which is really exciting because I love some rivalries. I see where you're coming from, JD. And you know what? I think it's kind of, the ball's kind of in Slushy's court. It's kind of up to him to prove he's still number 2. And granted, we're talking about number 2 versus number 3. I mean, this is this is like we're splitting hairs here.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, these are some amazing players, and like, 100%. Oh no, Slushy doesn't win a playoff game this year. He's the 3rd best player of all time for him. Right. But like, the ball's in his court to prove that he's still number 2. And, you know, he is the legend killer, but you know, he's very clutch in the way that he beats really good players. You've shown this season that you're really clutch in the sense that you win when it matters most. Unfortunately, that has developed recently and not in season 2. But I mean, we haven't seen the end of season 3 yet. So
yeah,
I'm excited to see how this goes. I mean, if JD goes 3-0 at the end of the year to take the cup home, that will be a legacy defining. I mean, we can start talking about, this might be blasphemy. Don't smite me, Dr. We might we might start having to have conversations, JD, about is JD starting to get Dr. Listen, I'm just saying that's if that happens.
That might that's a little far, I guess. I don't know if we can say that. Luke could be listening. Luke could be listening to
Slushy ends this playoffs 2-0.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT in my mind if that happens. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. A lot can happen is the point. Yeah. But that was a good one to start with, JD. What do we have next that the people are thinking?
Our next one is Gideon, skill-wise, is a true top 5 player right now.
Gideon, skill-wise, is a true top 10.
Yeah.
Or top 5?
Top 5 right now.
Top 5? Okay. Because he is top 5 rated, isn't he? I think he's like 4.
He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He's 5?
Yeah.
Interesting. He is a true top 5 rated player, right? Ah, man, I've got to think about that.
Yeah,
we're just talking about skill, right?
Yeah. Not like the legacy, not like did win Legacy Cup. And obviously did that, but more just.
I've got my answer.
I got mine. All right. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
We agree. I do think it's tough. It's close. And I think it depends what you mean as true skill. Gideon, I think, proved to a lot of people that he belongs at the top of the leaderboard. I think in years past, he's kind of gotten some dismissive, shrugs. Like, oh, he's Gideon, it's whatever. But like, he is one of the most underrated resumes in the league. And I think it's kind of hurt by the fact that sometimes he'll at least until recently, it was either wins or he gets last and either rises or he implodes. And it's like, where is the consistency? But this season, especially in the last 3 games, I think he's really hit a stride that has been very impressive, a conquest of proving himself to his team, to the league. And, you know, before he's been such a good coach and he's such a good captain, but he's proved that he can step into the player role and really get it done. Mm-hmm. And that's really impressive to me. Man, I mean, this past game, to be honest with you, JD, and I told Gideon this recently as well. I hope none of the salamanders get unhappy with me, but that was the most impressive first few turns I've seen a salamander play all season.
Wow.
I thought he set that game up incredibly well.
That's true.
And even though, especially like that last turn he had before you had won with Boxman wasn't the best, that setup he had was really solid. The political plays were really solid. Mm-hmm. He was doing everything he needed to do until, probably turn 4. And man, I don't know. It is unfortunate that he lost the way he did, but I think he proved a lot this season about himself. And we always knew he was good in the practice games. We just had to see it in the pros, and he obviously has some of the most knowledge you could ever see out of a player. I mean, what do you think?
No, yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. I mean, I put the thumbs up. I think personally, I was even high on Gideon. When he was kind of in the trenches, professional game wise. I knew like as a player like what he could be. I'd watch a lot of his games. Obviously, early like season 1. My main goal on board was just to beat him. Like that's the only reason I was in this league, was just to beat Gideon. Let's be honest here. But so I watched this game. Like I played practicing with him. I knew how knowledgeable he was of the game. I also knew like diplomacy wise. I'm like, if you're knowledgeable of the game, and you're really one of the best diplomacy wise, and you can win games, I'm like that's a really combination. You just gotta kind of let the game fall into your hands. So I was kind of always high on Gideon, but I think this season we were able to really see it and actually like appreciate not getting it only as a captain, but as a player who can actually get things done. So I agree. He's top 5. I mean, top 5. That's a high. Like that's it's only 4 other players in there, but I do agree like that he is in that realm. And,
I think he deserves to be. I think he deserves to be. And it's interesting how what was exactly the reaction that we're kind of agreeing with or disagreeing with? I guess we're agreeing with it.
We're agreeing. The statement was Gideon skill wise is a true top 5 player right now.
It is. Okay. So that's interesting. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't think we should be, I don't think this game tilts you towards down at all. So I don't know if this is maybe in response to how he played, but like, I don't know. I think he did enough to prove in this last game that he still got it, and he's still on a great tear so far.
Yeah.
Wow. Agree. Okay. So we're getting some things out of the way here. I like this. What's up next? All
right. The third one. The Goosewell trio will never win a Board Wars game.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Never?
Yeah. Ever.
Why am I okay? Why am I thinking about this? I feel like there's an obvious.
Yeah, I feel like I got my answer. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
It's the. I'm disagreeing. I'm saying they will win a game, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What the? I mean, you got to think it's inevitable, right? I mean.
Yeah. I mean, this. Yeah. I mean,
there's 3 of them.
Yeah, and I think the take is, they're now this season. I think it's 0-8 between the 3, but
in their career, I think it's 0-9.
0-9 in the career. Yeah, I wasn't sure how many they were left. So, I mean, I think that's kind of what the take's off of, but I don't. They're gonna get a win. I mean, we've seen they're good. They're getting better. 0-10. So I mean, that's not a great start. That's not the best start. But we've seen them get into positions where they could win. We saw AccuDub with me in the end game where he had a chance. He had a little more experience in those apocalypse.
And Pascalwag recently.
Yeah, Pascal recently.
And AccuDub earlier this season when he lost to
Enigma.
Who did he lose to?
Was it
Enigma? That's
Was it Enigma, Mr. Java, and me? Was it that game?
Yes. Where he had LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, we've seen
they've already gotten close.
Yeah, they've had good performances. They've just fallen short. But I think when you have those good performances, I think you will see wins. It's kind of like a Mr. Job. You know, we've seen like good performance, but haven't pulled through. We don't think Mr. Job is never going to win a game. It's kind of like that. Where, you know, if you can, well, you gotta be shaking your head a little bit.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's not the question right now.
You think Mr. Job is never going to win a game, Gus?
I mean, I don't want to say never. That's not the question right now.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about this later. Then.
Off season, like agree or disagree is maybe.
Yeah. Yes, I agree or I disagree. The Goose will win a game.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's inevitable. I mean, if they lock in, which next year, and I also got to say, like, okay, not only do I think it's inevitable, that kind of makes it sound like, oh, like they have to some degree, but they're actually really good. Goose in a Well has a lot of potential. Pascalawag has a lot of potential. Akiodub has a lot, you know, like it gets insane. I don't know. The peaks are very high. And even though right now they're kind of young, they're kind of figuring it out. These passionate Goosewells, man, I mean, I don't know. There's totally a chance. I mean, their ceiling is hot. I mean, I don't know if this is a conversation we should have right now. I think Akiodub and Pascalawag have like top 10 ceilings.
Wow.
I'm serious. And like as the league evolves, like that's insane to say. Top 10 is like really good. I think they both have top 10 potential. Will they reach that potential? I think that remains to be seen. The Cuties are going to have to, you know, progress them.
Yeah. And
see what's going on. But man, once it starts clicking, I think the Goosewells are actually going to start racking up wins.
Okay.
If it clicks. Once it clicks.
Once it clicks, yeah.
You know, so I don't know. That's what I think. I think they've got a really high ceiling. I don't know if you've seen them play and you've seen some of the things they've already conjured up in their head.
Oh yeah.
But I think with time, there's definitely a chance they hit a stride.
No, yeah.
And I hope we get to see that.
Oh yeah, I hope so too. I think I definitely see that. I think we've seen their playmaking and how they understand the game is definitely top notch. It's definitely above a lot of players and they haven't been in the league for that long. I think the determining factor, top 10, I think that it's coming down to diplomacy and just those end games. I think that's kind of where we've seen them fall. But I will agree that like plays and stuff like that, they are some of the smartest guys in the leagues. I think we've seen, you know, they just hop in, they just see it just click. I'm like, I didn't see that. Like I had a lot of times I have to see it. Like that's why I watch so many games. I have to see someone else like, oh, Dr. Luke did that. Okay, now that's put that in my arsenal. Like now I got that type of play. But they're just boom, they're good. They got it. So
some great minds over there.
Yeah, so they got that some other people in this league do not have. So it's very impressive.
Worst take so far. All right, let's continue. Let's see if there's a worse one.
Okay. The fourth one. This last game, game 2, affected Enigma's legacy.
It just affected his legacy at all.
Yeah.
Positive or negative.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, all right. Okay. Let's go.
Okay. Let me go first. Let me clarify.
I would love that.
This very, very small legacy. The only thing I'm saying is a loss is a loss on your loss column. So when you look at like, because he sucks. What his career is? What he's 3-2. So
3-3 now.
3-3 now. So that's what I'm saying. Like, even though I don't think it like changes like how I see him as a player, just because it adds like a loss to like now he's not like a positive win, more wins over losses. It looks a little bit different. I think that does affect legacy. Does that like really like affect like legacy talk? Does it like bump someone above him? Probably not. Like it's not going to do anything like that. But I do think like a loss like does still go in your column. It's not like there's an asterisk next to it since it was game 2. Like it affects your average JPF stats when you just look at the papers. So I think it changes a little like that, but not like for real. What do you think, Gus?
I think appearing in the playoffs one time and not winning is better for your legacy than not appearing at all.
Okay.
I think all the people who got a shot at a playoff game, I mean, clearly they're good players, right? To some degree. It positively boosts their legacy as opposing to not showing up. That's what I was saying with Gideon before this game. Like, I don't think if you don't play playoff games, I can't take you seriously as a player. At least not when it comes to those top conversations. That's what's holding like Hodgepodge back. Like, seriously, think about it. This guy's like 3-3. He's got one of the best records in the league right now. And he is not talked about in the top 10 conversations at all because he does not make the playoffs. He just does not. And sure, he's the most extreme case, but like, I don't know, think about some of the other teams in the league. Like, if the Bears didn't make the playoffs this season, would anybody take Max super seriously? I don't think so. I really don't. Piano Man's a 98 overall right now. And he's not going to crack our top 12.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That sucks for him, by the way. Like, side note, I mean, Piano Man, he was kind of like, he was up there. We were talking about him. And just because of the playoffs, like, we haven't talked about him much. And I was thinking about like this weekend, I was like, man, like,
he's one of the best players in the league. He's having one of the best peaks we've ever seen. I mean, he's a 98 right now. There has been Goober, who's a 99, Luke, who was a 99, Alex, and Drews. There have been 4 99s ever.
Oh, I wasn't 99.
You weren't a 99. You were a 98.
Yeah, I was 98.
So you're tied with Pitt. You were the MVP.
Yeah. And
you were the MVP. He is having one of the best seasons we've seen. And he's not going to crack top 12 numbers.
Yeah.
It's the playoffs, man. You got to make the cup. If you appear in the cup, even if you don't win, even if you show up for one game, anyone, the best players as they come, can show up and lose their first playoff game. We've seen it time and time again. I mean, seriously, how many people win it their first time around? Dr. Luke didn't win his first playoff game. He lost to John Mark, right? Drew didn't win his first playoff game. He lost to Alex Bruns. Slushy, he did
one.
He did. But you get the point. It's not taboo at all. So the fact that like Gideon rolled up in here, for example, got a loss, got whipped in the butt a little bit, sucky situation, whatever, that doesn't hurt him in my mind. Enigma, same thing. Now, once we start racking up some losses, then it becomes you actually can't do it. Like, you've gotten the opportunities. You can't get it done. It gets past the point of endearment because you've made it this far, and it becomes you keep being put in positions to win the big one, and you can't. Right? That's what we've seen with Caleb Ward, potentially even more when he shows up later.
Yeah.
That's what we've seen with Goober.
Yeah.
Like, that's when it starts to actually go against you in my mind, is when you really start to lose them consistently. But showing up, I don't think a single loss is going to make anybody's mind like wander at all. Enigma shows up again. He loses again. Maybe then we're starting to think, okay, you know what I mean? And so I'm even prosing because this game was kind of a really easy loss for Enigma.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody wins a game 2 like that. He's a sacrificial lamb of sorts. Let's remove the context of the game entirely. Okay. I don't think it hurts him. That's just how I feel. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree. I think we're basically saying the same thing. I just think like you kind of same thing as those loss count start to stack up, then you start to question it. And I don't think it's like being questioned right now, but I think like in the future, if you get more losses, an extra one, if someone isn't like breaking down game by game, you're not going to fully notice. Like, even think about Dr. Luke. He's had like 2 games in the playoffs where like basically everyone was going after him. We don't even consider that like when we're like, oh, he's 8 and whatever he is. Like those 2 losses, like, do we even like we throw them in there? But like, do we even talk about like
he was 8 and 5, and like 2 of them were like, that's impossible.
Exactly. Like
8 and 3. Oh my god, that's insane. That's a good point. That's an excellent point.
So I mean, it's just like it depends like how much you break down game by game for players. We don't always do that. So that's the only reason why I said it could affect his legacy, but not not for real. Enigma, you're still one of the best players. That loss doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's interesting. And I mean, we've covered all 4 of the players from this game. How many more reactions do we have?
2 more.
2 more. Okay. I'm interested to hear what these are about.
Okay. Second to last one. The Astro Bears. Oh man. The Astro Bears are destined to be the next Mama Llamas. Are we for what? Make sure we're prefacing this. This is saying like good team doesn't get it done. Like that's what we're
right.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
This is tough because we're actually about to find that out soon.
I know. It's like
so
the game
this is going to age poorly or well very fast.
Yeah. And I'm either like dissing on one of my team, like either my past team or
yeah, it's true. Wow, yeah, it's tough for you.
Okay.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
I think saying a team is destined to repeat things would imply that I know what things are destined to be, right? And that's not just a way for me to get out of this question, right? It's not just a way to get out of this question. Okay. I don't think, because I mean, I think you could argue a team isn't destined to do anything, but I don't think they're on the same track either.
Okay.
Season 1 of Board Wars that we've been drawing. So we've been, for those of you who don't know, we've been drawing a lot of parallels between the Season 1 Llamas and the Season 1 Astro Bears. Not the Astro Bears in Season 1, their first season, which was Season 3. So the Llamas in Season 1, the Astro Bears in Season 3, both their first seasons have had this interesting parallel in the sense of JD. John Mark in Season 1 on the Llamas won the last game of the season, the very last one against Captain of the Year. No, not against Captain of the Year, to make the playoffs. He then played in playoff game 2 against the Captain of the Year and got it done. JD did the same thing this year. He won the very last game of the year to make the playoffs for his team. Buzzer beater made it for them. And then game 2, he beat Captain of the Year. That alone is like, okay, we're seeing some parallels. JD came up clutch. Johnny came up clutch. Johnny in the end couldn't get it done. And here's what I think. This season's Astro Bear team, from my perspective, has a lot more going for them outside of JD as opposed to the Mama Llamas. The Mama Llamas Season 1, I mean, I understand Jeff got a win. He was an all-star technically. They didn't have a lot going for them outside of those guys. They played Calbras in game 1, who is a player I respect. Season 1, he didn't have a win, right? Then they played John Mark. He got it done again. Then they played, I think, Jeff, and then I guess Jeff again. I actually don't remember who the other game was.
Well, we went to playoffs. We went to game 4.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right. It was, you're right. It was Calbras, John Mark, Jeff, John Mark. I remember that. And wow, like the whole team was on John Mark's back. And even though JD's on a really hot streak right now, Max Power was the person who lit the fire. And even though he's kind of on a few 4th place finishes right now, he is still a huge pillar of this team. They have a Rookie of the Year candidate in Papa Bear, who won a game earlier this year, and he has been on the cusp of winning 2 more. I mean, he's played fantastic this season. The Bears are a really solid team. We saw players like Cheddar Bob and Parker in their games, despite being like players that people weren't really expecting, really pop off in some insane ways. So I think the core of the Bears isn't really JD. It's kind of the team that he's built. And I think he has done that better than John Mark did Season 1, which, Season 1 doing that in general was tough. So that's not really a diss to John Mark.
Yeah.
But JD has, I think, built out a better roster. And because of that, I don't think they have to be on the same trajectory. Maybe It'll go to a game 5 and they won't get it done. And then we'll start to be like, but I don't think they're destined to be. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah. I disagreed. I think, first of all, I think it's a like an issue thing, like, the Llamas like couldn't get it done, kind of choked, and can think of it as a diss. But also, like, if you're just looking at all the teams, if you get like compared to the Llamas, it's not like a bad comparison. Season 1, they made the playoffs. Season 2, like you said, the Bilton wasn't the best, but we also saw in season 2, Jeff won, Kyle won, I won, Jacob Hicks won. So it was also like a crazy buildup also from the Llamas. One of the better seasons we've seen, one of the most wins just spread across a team. It was probably one of the most successful seasons there was. They had an MVP in there. They weren't able to get it done, so I think that's kind of where, obviously, as on a different team, I'm going to disagree because I think we are going to get it done. But I don't think it's like a bad comparison. I think John Mark was a great captain. I think he did build the team up very well. Just unfortunately wasn't able to get it done in the playoffs, which as a team. So I guess that's the only part I disagree on is the Asher Bears will get that second win in the playoffs.
It's fair. That's fair. And I guess our final question for the segment, or I guess statement, that we agree with. Final statement.
Kind of talked about a little bit earlier, but Boxman needs to immediately be targeted in every game he is in.
Immediately?
Immediately. Is he on the same level as? I mean, we'll talk. We'll answer this and we can talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I don't.
Why?
I don't.
I guess it's possible, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's fair to say just because we see Bread. I think this is what I would say. I think you should keep an eye on him. Like if someone keeps rolling for it, that's like a little bit like, I don't love that. But it's different than like a Bread. It's different than like some Dragon Balls because like those, it's like you can kind of see it coming, so you can be like, okay, he has 2 turns. Now we got to go for him. Take out Bread. Boxman's difficult because it's like it's either at this point in time how the ability is. It's either you win the game or you didn't win the game. And it's difficult to be like, do I go waste my resources to take him out? So it's like but it's also in my eyes, it's like, do you want the on the board? Like, you want to risk losing the game? Like, it's if he's close to you, do you just go stab him? Like, it's just like, and it's like
you might as well at that point, right? Like, right now. But I think this question implies you're seeking him out. Like immediately, I'm getting rid of him. And I think right now, the way he is written in his wording right now, I mean, we talked about earlier in this podcast some possible changes to the ability that could remedy this. But right now, I would say about 80% no. Maybe 20% of the time I could see just, targeting him. But if he does get changed to where you have a turn to react, I would say like 100% no.
Yeah.
At least wait until it's like, okay, he could actually evade me for 1 turn to actually get it off. You know what I mean? Like maybe if he's holding the superstar, then you're like, okay, all right, Boxman, I see what you're trying to do, but like off the rip, 80% no now. I think with the nerf in mind, 100% no. Which is part of why I think the nerf is necessary. And honestly, JD, I really don't see the value in going after Bread either. Like, unless he's like literally in a kitchen and it's like maybe been 1 turn and you're like, oh, I could see something. I don't know. I
mean, I kind of disagree. I feel like Bread is just so like, no one wants to face Bread in the game. It's so stressful. Like no one wants to lose a game like that. Who wants to lose to Bread, bro? So it's
true. It's true.
When Bread, I don't know if I've been in a game with Bread, but I know my team has last season or this season. So when he does get pulled, I think everyone's like, everyone's thinking about it. There's teams like talking about, like, if you throw him in a room with a kitchen, he's a melee against, like, I don't think anyone's letting Bread live that long in a kitchen, especially now we've changed it where it's not like it has to be in the kitchen, which I don't think is a tile anymore. It's going to be in a lot of tiles. So you have to keep track of that. And that's just a lot to keep track of. Now you got to think about, does he grab an item, superstar, pop him in there? Like that's, no one
but does that mean you're targeting him turn 1?
I don't think it's. I think it's like if you throw him in a kitchen and I'm missing elevator and I can go hit him and come back, I would waste a turn of prep time to get rid of that.
You would waste an entire turn of prep time to do that?
I would.
Really?
If he's sitting like if he's
I'm
sitting,
gonna remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I'm saying if he's sitting in a kitchen, like if he has a tick, they put him in there, and he's not like he hasn't. And I talked to the guy, and he's like, "Yeah, are you gonna leave him in there?" And he's like, "I can't promise you, I'm taking him out." Like he's got to go.
Interesting. I guess agree to disagree. I mean, I'm interested to see the next time the Bears see Bread and
what
they'll do.
That team gets stabbed. No.
Just remember this politically if that ever happens. That's awesome. But I mean, guys, this was our agreements or disagreements to your reactions from game 2. Be sure to let us know next week after game 3 what reactions you guys had. And, maybe we'll respond to your reactions on here. So thank you guys for submitting. We'll head on to the next segment. For this next segment, JD, we actually have a game for everybody at home to play along with us. Now, we're going to be demonstrating how we actually play this game, and this is our first reactions to it.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Someone really cool in the league made this for us, and they wanted us to try it on the pod. So, here we are, and this is the Board Wars team draft. So the way that this works, JD, is we have a captain here on top, and then we have 5 players below the captain. So we are going to have to draft from the Board Wars League a captain and 5 players. We're going to hit the roll button, and then we're going to see a random team in all of those slots, and we're going to have to pick which one we want for each position. So if I pick the Jets logo for my captain, I will have the Jelly Jets captain on my team, which is Hodgepodge, right? If I pick player 1 for the Salamanders, the number 1 player on the Salamanders is Goober, right? The highest rated player. If I pick 5 on the, I actually don't know off the top of my head who the 5s are on the team, but I would get the 5th best player, not a captain, right? Not captains are captains. The 5th best player on that team. So I'm going to draft a team. You're going to draft a team, and we're going into this blind here. Yeah. So we don't really know what the optimal strategy is, but then after this first round, I'll pick a team. You'll pick a team. We will see who we picked. We'll do some averages for points, and whoever has the highest average team wins. Then we'll do some research, and we'll play a second time after we've been, kind of made aware of some of the metas here. But
and this is season 3, or is this all time?
This is current season, but I guess we could do all time too, which would be insane.
That would be fun. That would be
maybe the second time we do all time.
Yeah.
But let's give it a shot. Here. Do you want me to go first? We have to do one of us at a time.
You go first.
Okay, I am going first. You said.
Yep.
All right. Okay, captain. I got Drew. Who's a great captain, but not the highest overall right now. Player 1, I got Goober. That's awesome, right? I guess I'm going Sally's for my player 1. I'm keeping them.
I would take 99.
Okay. Caleb Ward.
Getting lucky.
I'm taking Caleb Ward, baby. Come on. That's 2 of the best ones I could have gotten. The llama's second best. I think that's Meow Meow. The Dragon's 3rd. I think that's Sigazale, 86. The Jets 4th. Okay, I do know the Jets have some pretty dang good 4th best. I think it's Dave, who's an 80. I think that's actually a very good value pick. I'm going to pick that there. Then I got the Jets 2nd best. Probably Hodgepodge. That's a decent 2nd best, but he's not an all-star. Ooh, the Raptors 3rd. Oh, that's Caden. I think that is an awesome 3rd to get. I think.
Yeah, you're having a good overall right now.
The Raptors 2nd. Okay, wait. No. Oh, I made a blunder. I think Caden's he's a captain. He's not a player.
Yeah.
But no, I think that is a massive blow. Well, no, it's actually Enigma Straw or Enigma Timothy Wright Straw. So I think that's okay. Actually, I forgot. Timothy Wright was super highly rated, and he is their 2nd player. That's pretty high.
Yeah. Wait, what do you have? Right? What do you not have? Do you have 2 and?
I don't have 2 and 5, so I could pick Timothy Wright here. I think I will take that.
Okay.
I think that's pretty good. And then the Mama Llamas
5. Oh, that can't be that good.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. I have mine written down here. JD, let's do yours.
Okay.
Let's do yours.
All right, give me a little spin here.
Yours
was pretty good. That's gonna be the 4 and the 5. I mean, there's few teams that have Jets was a good pull for 4 because I think Jets are deep. Raptors, I guess because Captain doesn't count. That's because Captain doesn't count for us. That Jets was probably the best pull for that. Okay,
this is your first roll here.
I could go Piano Man. He's a 98. Sally's, that would be Gideon, who's like a 97. Jets 5. Or I could risk go 5 because that Jets probably have the better 5 than everyone else. You know what? Just to see like what happens, let's just go Jets 5 just to get a good 5 because I think we'll see another good one.
Passing up on Piano Man.
I think
Gideon or not Gideon, whoever that is.
I think I'll see him again in these couple rolls. I think I'm testing the. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's go. Piano Man 1.
Okay, I like that. That's a good pick.
Jet. Oh, okay. Cuties 2. That's Luke. Oh, no, let me go. Caleb Ward, captain.
Caleb Ward.
Yeah,
I was forgetting what I thought. Got your Bears. You
Bears.
Pass up on your Bears.
Bears. That's Dan. What is he? A 93, and then Cuties. That's not that high though. And then Sally's. Oh man, this is difficult because if I go 93 on the number 2, there's some. Yeah. Oh, what's the Sally's? Yeah. Let's go Bears too. Let's go Dan.
You gotta pick your own guy, right?
I do. I gotta pick my own guy. I believe in him. Okay. Jets would be Enigma, Hodgepodge, and Beesqueeze. Okay, oh no, Hodge is a captain, so it would fall down to 3. Let's go Jets.
Okay. We'll see what the Jets get there.
And I get Sally's 4. I don't think that's a very good one, but
I mean, we'll see what it gets here. Okay.
I got 98s.
I've got the list pulled up here. Obviously, we both picked Caleb Ward.
Yeah.
So that is going to be a 98 for both of us.
Okay.
You picked a 98 in Piano Man. I picked a 99 in Goober. So I'm up 1 point of material right now. Then I picked the Ruby Raptors' second best player, which is Timothy Wright. That's going to be a 93. And you actually got the same number 2 that I did. Okay. Papa Bear.
You're still up 1.
Also a 93. I'm up 1 right now. I got the Ruby Raptors' third best player, which is not Enigma or Timothy Wright. It is Straw, who is a 92.
That's a good one.
You got the Jelly Jets third, which is not Python. It is not Beesqueeze. It is Groove Sloth, which is an 86.
Not a bad pick, but you definitely got the best.
That's a 6
3.
difference.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
You got the best. That might be the second best too, though. That's the thing.
So I'm up 7 points right now. We're going on to number 4. I picked the Jelly Jets. So he wasn't Groove Sloth, but it was Mr. Java, 84. And you got the Salamanders here, which was not Goober. It was not Dan. It was not Slushy.
Oh, no.
It was Tasty T 79.
Dang.
That's another 5 points for me, and I'm at 12 right now, baby. And then last one, I got the Llamas. So that is going to be not Meow Meow, not Jeff, not Jacob Dieter, not Calbrus, but Black David 74. And your last one was the Jelly Jets 5th. So that's not going to be Mr. Java. It will be Swamp Dave. Low key, maybe the best 5th option you could have had. And that 5th, because I was up 12 points of material, I believe, takes you +9. So I'm going to win by +3 points.
Dang.
Wow. That is insane. What a round, JD. That was a lot of fun. And you guys can play this game if you would like and see, screenshot the best teams score, that you can assemble. Put it in the game chat maybe. And man, okay. So, I mean, we want to do some research. Do we want to maybe do all time?
Can it do that?
Any player from any season. Well, I mean, we're the person
you're saying
adding it up, right?
Oh, you're saying we say, oh, I want the fifth player from season 2. Season.
Yeah.
I say let's try it. That's gonna be I'll see how much I can remember, but that would be interesting. I think
it'll be a test of our Board Wars knowledge.
Yeah, I think
I guess that can be.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to do some research first, or do we kind of want to go in semi-blind?
Let's go in blind. I just want to see. Let's see how much ball we know. Let's see how much Board Wars ball we know.
Ball knowledge, baby. I like this. This is fun.
This is fun. I like this.
All right. Am I first?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I actually know what we can do, JD.
What can we do, Gus?
We can do ours at the same time.
Oh.
Alternate.
Smart. Genius.
Okay. So this is mine. This is yours.
Okay.
My first pick. Oh, all time? Ooh.
I'm trying to think.
Oh, this is easy. This is easy.
Yeah.
Alex Bruns, season 1.
Yeah, 99. There's your first 99 right there.
Los Cuties, season 1, baby. All right. And we're not going to look at who I rolled because we're going to go over to you. Who are you taking with your first pick?
Can I take the same guy?
I don't see why not. That's Alex lucky, Bruns. Baby.
Yeah. Gonna go for it.
Oh my gosh. All right. Mine is going to be these. Okay. Interesting. I could get me. I could get Ian. I could get. Oh, that's a tough pull. I think the best second ever was Ryan Joggers 94 season 2.
I was thinking the same thing.
Best player season. Player 3. That's probably this year. And it's probably Groove. Isn't that what I think you picked? The best 4. There were years where the llamas were deep. That's what I'm picking. I don't even know who off the top of my head that is, but I'll pick season 2, llamas 4. All right.
Oh, I know who.
You're up.
Okay. Is this spun already?
Yes.
Okay. Sally. Okay, Sally 3 season 2. That would have been what? Probably like a Dan. Not terrible. Bears 5 also. Hang on. Oh wait, no, I'm not doing that. Well, actually, let me think about who would that be. That would be Max, Dan, Cheddar Bob. There's a fall off after that one. Okay, never mind. I'm not going 5 for the Bears. Llamas. What was? No, okay, no, Dragons. Oh, what? There's so much right now. I'm trying to go season by season.
There's a lot. Yeah.
The Dragons season 2, their second best was Brent. Then Ian was pretty high. Sally's though, Dan I think was in his 90s as a 3, which I feel like it's not a bad 3 spot. Let's go Slushy Goober.
I like this. This is interesting.
I could go. Maybe it was Goop. Let's go Sally's. Sally's at the 3. Yeah.
All right. Which season? Season 2?
Yes.
All right. Smoky Salamander season 2. This is mine now. I got the Jets. I think I got that last time too.
I think so.
That's unfortunate. Oh, Sally's player 2. This year, that's not very good, I don't think. Last year, I feel like it must have been good. There was a year where I think the third player on the Cuties was really good. Well, no, because one of those was always like a captain.
Mm-hmm.
The Dragons' 5th best. I think there was a time, season 2, where the 5th best was really good. I don't remember off the top of my head who that is. By golly, I hope I'm right. But I'm going to pick Purple
You
Dragons.
guys are all pretty good that season.
Season 2.
Joe Schro, I think everyone else had above 80.
I hope I didn't just claim Joe Schro.
I don't know. It was close.
So you got your 1 and your 3.
Okay, let's see.
These are your options here.
Is it okay? Wait, that 5. I wonder if it is. Okay, wait. Let me think about this. You had Brent, Ian, Jolie, Polly. Who? Wait, you had. Who am I blanking on right now? Who else was on that team season 2? Joe. Oh, I don't know that 5. I've got that 5 might be Joe Schro. Okay, so 2 Jets this season would be.
That would be awful.
Would be a Beast? Is Beast Squeeze their number 2? He had a crazy game. Let's go. I think I could get better too. Let's go 5 Dragons. 5 Dragons season 2.
All right. So now, even if I did make a bad decision, it'll level out.
I think there's a better number 2 to get.
2. Oh, this is an easy choice. This is one of the best I could have gotten, I think. Drew season 1.
Mm-hmm.
99.
Oh, the 99.
All right. This is you.
Well, Bears would be me. I'm only a 92. Llamas second. This season, Meow Meow. Season before, I think it was Jeff maybe, and then Llama 4. That would have been me, Jeff, Kyle, Jacob Pick. Okay, number 4, Llama season 2.
I think that's a good pick. Oh, that's the same thing I picked, actually.
Oh, actually, I am not.
Yeah, we're actually pretty similar.
I need something to get ahead of you. I need a good number 2.
Okay, so I'm missing a 3 and a 2. Llamas 3 or Raptors 2? Well, the Raptors 2 this year is Timothy Wright, 93. Does it get much better than that? Seriously, does it? I don't know. I know the Llamas season 3 or season 2 were pretty good for their player 3 spot. I know it was at least a 90, which do I know? I don't know if that's what I'm going to get. This is kind of a gamble here, honestly. I think I could get a better. Can I? Oh. Can I get a better 2? I can.
Can you? Or you get a really bad number 2.
What are the odds I get a good 2 though? You know.
What if you get like?
I don't know, man. Okay, I'm gonna give it a whirl. Mama Llamas season 2 for my number 3.
Okay.
And you've got a few options here. You still don't have a
captain. The captain. And then, so the captain on Raptors at 2, which is this season. Who would we say it was? It was Tim, right?
And then you got to pick a hodgepodge, obviously. But which year would you pick if you went that?
I don't know. I just how many captains have? There's so many captains. I feel like they had John Mark was like a 95. Gideon's like a 97 now. Drew was a 99. Dragons like low 90s. No, I'm a 92. Jets, that one's low. Raptors, that one's low. It's like a 50-50 if it's like really good or like low 90s. Let's go. What's a higher percentage chance? I think Raptors 2. I think there's a higher chance to get a better captain. So Raptors at 2.
Okay. So you're going Ruby Raptors season 2, and you're putting your chips in the captain basket. Let's see who I got. Purple Dragons! Let's go! I think that's huge. Purple Dragons season 2, obviously. All right. Draft complete, baby. Okay. Let's see who you got for your captain role. You get to pick which season. Oh.
Gideon.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, then I'll go this season. He's like a 97.
Wow.
That's a
Smoky Salamanders season 3. All right, Gideon. Let's go band for band here. Let's go band for band here. So season 1, I picked Drew.
Yep.
Which is a 99. Season 3, or for your captain, season 3, you picked Gideon, season 3.
Yep.
97, correct?
Yeah. Down a
so
little.
I'm up 2. For our ones, we both got Alex Brunn's season 1.
Yeah. 99.
99. Very nice, very nice. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
You picked... Oh, I've written down actually that you picked the season 2 Ruby Raptors. I'm sure you
No, not yet. Not season 2. I don't think that'd be fair.
You picked the season 3 Ruby Raptors for your 2 spot. That was Timothy Wright at a 93.
Okay.
I lucked into the Purple Dragons for my number 2 player spot, and that landed me Indiana Jones 94.
Dang, so another one above. That's a good pick.
Okay, that's another one. So I'm up 3 right now. Wow. Okay, then I got Mama Llama's season 2 right after that.
That's
in the Mama Llama's season 2 for my number 3 spot was not JD, not Calbrus, but Jeff. Surprises me, actually. I thought it would be Calbrus. So that was a 90 overall for my 3rd spot. You picked the Smoky Salamanders for season 2 for your 3rd spot. And that got you your 3 spot, not Slushy, not Dan, but Goober.
Okay. What was he at?
That gave you an 89 overall. So that is another lost point of material.
My goodness.
4 ahead. Now, this is where it kind of gets insane, we've learned.
Yeah.
We both picked Mama Llama's. Oh, wait. We both picked Mama Llama's season 2 for our 4. Oh. And we both picked Purple Dragon season 2 for our 5.
Oh, my God.
So I win by 4. Let's see what we picked, though. Did we pick wisely? Mama Llama's for our 4 spot, season 2. Not JD, not Calbrus, not Jeff, not Jacob Hicks. It is Jacob Hicks, actually. That is 4. That is an 89. That's pretty dang good. And then Purple Dragon season 2, our 5 spot. It wasn't Brent, not Indiana, not Jolie Polly, not Piano Man. Dang it. It was JoJo.
I was right.
I actually think we could have fared better picking the Purple Dragon season 3.
Really? Yeah.
Because theirs is not Piano Man, not... Oh, it drops off actually. Sigazale, Jolie Polly, Tribesman, Birdger, Kimchi. 77 versus 75. Technically,
it was better.
I was right, but it was actually pretty close. So
yeah,
I don't know. That was a lot of fun, JD. I think we got to do that on some future episodes of the pod here. Maybe we're gonna get off the pod and play a little bit ourselves.
I would be so down.
If you guys are interested in downloading this little game here, you can click on the link in the description down below, and you can try your hand at it. Again, thank you for whoever made this, and I hope you guys have fun with this little game. And we actually do have some official games like this coming out on our soon-to-be website that we're working on. Shout out Straw to all of you at home who are wondering who's working on that official work. And I'm very excited to see what he comes up with. But hey, I think we got to be expecting more stuff like this in the future, JD. But I mean, obviously, we didn't come here to play games. We came here to talk about the playoffs. And even though we got our head in the clouds for a little bit, we're able to come back down to earth real quick and realize that we have season 3, game 3 of the Cup coming up. So I guess, JD, before we go today, why should the people at home tune in to watch season 3, game 3?
Man, Gus, the real question is why not? Why would you not tune into this game?
I agree.
But no, I mean, I think number 1, the playoffs could end this Saturday. Come into game 3, 2 teams have a win. Good. The Raptors have a win. The Bears have a win. There is 2 teams on that board could end season 3 this week. I think we saw season 2. That was a very short and fun game to watch. I think this game is going to be maybe similar where teams might have to get like targeted because they can't win. But at the same time, now there's 2. Do the teams decide to go into a 2v2? Is it a 3v1? I don't know. But it's going to be, we've seen in the previous past where game 3s, I think Drew won season 1, Slushy won season 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but both very good players. Maybe we'll see some other good players. I know from the Bears, we've already slated Cheddar Bob be getting to his first ever playoff game, hopefully getting his first win. So that's the story to follow. Do we have any?
Fun fact. The winner of game 3 of the playoffs every year has one defensive player of the year.
Really? Yeah.
That same season.
Yeah.
It's true. So maybe we'll see Cheddar Bob get it done.
Yeah.
You never know, man. You never know. It's some insane stuff. But be sure to tune in this Saturday for Game 3 of the Season 3 Legacy Cup, where rivals, allies, and history is made. We'll see you next week.